These are people who only believe in jihad. They don't want our system. They don't want our system. And have no sense of reason or respect for human life. We can't live like this. It's going to get worse and worse. You're going to have more World Trade Centers. It's going to get worse and worse, folks. We can be politically correct and we can be stupid, but it's going to get worse and worse. They are recruiting by the thousands. They're leaving our country. And then when they come back, we take them back. Oh, come on back. Where were you? I was fighting for ISIS. Oh, come on back. Go home. Enjoy yourself. When they leave our country and they go to fight for ISIS or any of the other groups, they never come back. They never can come back. They never can come back. They can never, ever, ever, ever come back. It's over.
Those series of statements by Donald Trump dominating the headlines this morning. Now everyone from the GOP, the Democratic candidates, seem to be going after him. Let's bring in his son, Donald Trump Jr., no stranger to controversy, because especially when your dad decides to run. Welcome back to the show.
Good to be here.
So first off, when he made those comments yesterday, what's your reaction to them?
Well, listen, obviously it's a very sensitive topic, but I think it's something that's important. He's more concerned about the safety of Americans than offending people around the world. I mean, he is sick of watching everyone else take precedent from our own government, as opposed to American citizens who are here, who are doing a great job, who are working hard to support their families and live. He's concerned about their safety, and that should take precedent over anything.
Sure, and he's, from what he said yesterday, it's not like it would be a permanent thing. He said until they can figure it out. Tell the story. When I was just walking in with you a second ago, tell the story about we sent a taxi over to pick him up, and what did the driver tell you?
The driver that you sent, this is not someone I've ever met before, a very personable guy, and he goes, I just wanted to introduce myself, Mr. Trump, and I'm a Muslim. I'm saying, oh boy, this is going to be interesting. He goes, honestly, I'm so for everything that your father's saying, because I went back 2 years ago to my country, and my brother-in-law who came with us on vacation was kidnapped, held for ransom. I don't want to see that here. It was amazing to see, because I thought I was going to get a lecture, and I understand that, because, again, it's a sensitive issue. No one's going to disavow that. But he said that to me, and that was just such an incredible statement, because it's true. He's looking to protect Americans first and foremost, not be a government that's more interested in helping everyone else around the world at the expense of our citizens. And, that's his plan, and that's what he's going to do. And he's never going to back down from that. You've seen it on anything he's ever done.
He does not back down.
He doesn't back down. He doubles down. He triples down. And guess what? Every time he's done it, he's been right.
Growing up, was there ever a moment you were fighting for something and you thought, you know what, I might have a chance, and then you walk in and he just said no?
Every once in a while, that certainly happens. Our sort of big bet in the household is $1 with your name on it, like a signed dollar. That's the big win. If you have a stack of those, you've done well. So, but no, in the business, he's been so great about giving us, the autonomy that we want to run the business. And now what he's doing on the campaign trail is even more so. And I think it's a great testament to us, and that he believes in us, that he's doing what he's doing now, as opposed to perhaps in 2012 when we were younger and not quite ready to take that over. Because, again, he feels such a level of responsibility to his company, to all of the tens of thousands of people that he employs. He wouldn't just walk away from that in the past. Now he's probably a little bit more secure in that.
How do you explain the big crowds he gets everywhere? What is it he has tapped into?
Because the message is just resonating with people. I can't tell you, we live in New York City. It's a very liberal place. I can't tell you how many dozens of people who come up to me in a restaurant. I'm sitting there with my wife, minding my own business, and I want to talk to you about your father, and I've never voted for a Republican once in my life, and I'm going to say, oh boy, here we go again, much like the driver story. And they're saying, I'm voting for your father, not necessarily because I believe everything that he says is right, but because I'm just glad someone's finally saying something. Someone's saying something that they believe in. It's not scrubbed by 200,000 political operatives looking to possibly not offend the 0.002% of the population that's out there. And that they're saying, I don't even believe in this politics necessarily, but I'm just refreshed that someone's finally willing to say something. It's not a party line. And listen, he's getting it from both sides. He's just going with his own gut and his own thoughts, and I think it's right.
Well, I just thought it was interesting yesterday because he thought Chris Christie says, well, but Donald Trump showing his lack of experience, and then your dad went after Chris Christie for about 20 minutes on the George Washington Bridge, about the 9 downgrades, but he goes, but they had dinner together before the last debate. Has that been tough?
Listen, it's interesting. Obviously, people are going to take their political positions. I mean, I think there's a lot of people in the race that probably should worry more about what's going on in their home states than, perhaps using that as the platform to jump into the presidency. I think he's different with my father. It's interesting. In talking about the media, we can have thousands and tens of thousands of successes because he's a great businessman. He's done incredible stuff. But people want to talk about, well, 15 years ago, it's like when you've done 10,000 deals, there's going to be a bad one in there. Of course, that's the world.
That's business.
That's business. But, they won't even talk about the incredible successes that we've had, and there's many, and they continue to be. So it's frustrating as a passionate guy, as someone who's his son, as someone who works really hard within the business, and seen just the work that he's put into that over generations.
Bush 43 talked about watching his dad lose to Bill Clinton and how painful that was for him to see, because he was on the outside fighting like hell. He said it was a lot easier to run yourself than to watch your dad run. Can you relate to that?
I can't to an extent. Listen, it's not like we've been wallflowers. I mean, he's certainly been out there for quite some time, so I guess we're used to the attention. This is a little bit different because you see the manipulation, the way so much of the media tries to take, a 4-paragraph explanation of something, and they cut out this sentence and splice it with this sentence, and all of a sudden you have a very different thing than what was intended to be said. So, I see some of that. It's certainly frustrating, and that sometimes I can't watch the news. At the same time, sometimes when I have a rough day at work, hey, come back home and I can't get away. He's dominating every channel. I can't get away. Big Brother is watching you at all times, regardless. So
does he call you and see how's this running for you? I'm going to try this out today.
We definitely speak, but you know him as well, just from all the calls. I mean, he's his own guy. I mean, you can give him advice, he'll listen.
Right.
He's ready to that, but he's going to make up his own mind.
Well, he's been on the show for a number of years, calling in on Mondays. And we kind of know him, but tell us one thing, Donald Trump Jr., that we don't know about your dad.
Well, I mean, his sense of humor is unparalleled. I mean, you know about his work ethic. You know about his great business acumen. You know about those things. But, I mean, I'm really looking forward to the holidays because the Christmas, meals and just sitting down and sort of the ribbing that goes on back and forth there is just, I mean, you're really missing a great TV moment by not filming every second of it because it's brutal and it's funny as heck.
Well, we wish you and your family the very best. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Insight into the Trump family. Thank you.